We got a few more people coming in, and we will get started pretty soon. Again, if you do have questions along the way, feel free to answer the questions or enter the questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to respond. Otherwise, we are going to get started pretty soon. Still have some people coming in. There's a few people waiting. And today we are talking about how to attract a high quality partner through online dating. So this workshop is going to be all about how to attract a high quality partner through online dating. I will be your host for this hour. My name is Carmelia Ray. In real life and every day, I am a matchmaker, an online dating expert, and also a TV host. And I am here to talk about how you can attract a high quality partner. And so if you're here to get the most out of this presentation, strongly encourage that you turn off all distractions. I mentioned for those who are coming in now, welcome. Grab a pen and paper so that you can take notes. And also, I'll keep everyone muted for now. I can see your questions. So if you do have a question or you want to engage, you can definitely post that to me. And everyone's going to be muted for now just to make sure that you all can hear me. Okay. Now, this particular workshop is for you if you're not happy with the kind of people that you've been connecting with online. And of course, you are ready for a change. So this definitely is for you if that's the case. As well, this workshop's for you if you're tired of casual dating and you want to meet someone for a real long-term relationship. And finally, if you're tired of swiping and you just really want to attract someone and a meaningful relationship to your life. And I definitely encourage you to stay till the end because I'm going to share with you what I believe is the number one way to attract the attention of truly amazing people online. I am online every day. I'm sure all of you who are here are looking for some answers on how you can attract a quality partner. We are feeling the bit of the cold. We're still in the fall. However, the weather, we still have a few weeks of great weather. No snow, hopefully, knock on wood, that we still have some great weather to be able to go out on dates with, on socially safe distance dates or physical distance dating, or even video dating, which we are all here doing right now on video. This is kind of a glimpse of the new normal and how do we get to this state. We're going to go through that now. Thank you for those who are still coming in. I just want to create a distinction around what the difference is between a high quality partner and a low quality partner. And just so I get a sense of everybody that I can see, you can put, if you're new to Zoom, you can put this on speaker view where you just see me when I'm talking, or you can put it on gallery view so that you can kind of see everybody that's in the seminar here on the Zoom call with us. So you can see all the friendly faces as well, because this is what you're going to be getting familiar with and how many people are dating right now. Okay. I mean, it starts with online dating, but eventually, especially during the pandemic, you end up dating virtually like this. Still might need some getting used to. So for those faces that I can see, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see me clearly? Okay, great. Thumbs up if you can hear me, okay? Okay, great. And just type in the chat kind of how you're feeling, what your mood is coming on here. Nobody's seeing that. I'm seeing it. So just give me an expression of how you're feeling right now. Would love to just get a sense of the mood. And welcome to everybody that's joining in this. Ooh, someone's anxious. Thank you for being honest. I get it. It can be very anxious. Oh, thumbs up. Oh, excited to learn. Amazing. I love to share. Someone's nervous. Okay, no need to be nervous. I will not jump out on the screen. However, I really hope that you get something out of this, especially because in some cases, for those of you who are coming in a little bit later, and I didn't share where I'm tuning in from, I am zooming in from Canada. I'm based in Toronto, Canada. I would normally be somewhere in the States, but with COVID, I am restricted to travel right now. So I am here in Toronto, Canada, for those of you who are wondering. So I'd love to hear the difference for those of you who are thinking about what is a high quality partner versus a low quality partner. That can mean many different things to different people. So if you could just let me know or type in the chat, what do you believe is the difference between a high quality partner and a low quality partner? What's your distinction? Let's hear what some people have to say. Okay, so someone looking for a committed relationship. Okay, I'm assuming that would be someone who is a high quality partner. What would describe a low quality partner? High quality, we share the same values and share the same interests. Someone I have a lot in common with, someone who wants to commit, honest and fun. So yeah, oops. And let me just change my name for you all because my name is Carmelia. It's Carmelia Ray. Again, sorry about that. I am not John. He is sponsoring this, and I am Carmelia, Carmelia Ray. A low quality partner, someone super dependent. I'm assuming that's what you mean by low quality. Someone who just wants to swipe, no interest in commitment. A high quality partner is someone who gets you. Okay, I agree. And a high quality partner has a growth mindset. I agree with that totally. Again, there is no right or wrong to what a high quality partner is and a low quality partner is, just that from your online dating experience, we want to have more people that you consider to be a high quality partner messaging you, taking interest in you, and this is what we're going to cover, okay? Because high quality and low quality can mean very different things to very different people, okay? And I'd love for the outcome of this that you get what you need and have the tools you need to start attracting people that you consider to be high quality for you, okay? I am going to share my screen now. Let me just move to here. Share. Okay. Quick check on whose face can I see? Kathy, can you see my screen? There's an, oh, thanks, Kathy. I can see your thumbs up real well. Okay, there we go. All right. So 3 tips to help you improve the quality of your potential matches. And when we talk about matches, we're really talking about people online. We are entering, well, we're in the pandemic, let's face it. And many of us are dating online. This is really what we're doing right now. And moving online to offline, prior to the pandemic, you would meet people in real life. And now this is kind of like the platform in which we're meeting people is by video. Okay. This workshop is sponsored by John Fisher. He is the founder of True You Dating Photos. And I will reintroduce him again at the end of this workshop. Okay. The first tip is to look at what makes other things high quality and apply that to your dating efforts. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What's the difference between a high quality clothing versus low quality? Maybe you can share some brands. What are brands that are considered high quality versus low quality? That seems easy, right? A higher quality clothing brand, you would assume, and in actuality, they typically use higher quality material. So that's one way that differentiates between a high quality clothing versus low quality. The other thing is that more thought really went into how it fits on your body. In fact, if you were to take a suit off the rack that might cost, I don't know, say $100 or less, to a custom suit, which now is perfectly tailor-made to fit you, which would start at 500 plus and sometimes in the thousands. There's a big difference between buying off the rack and having something tailor-made. You're typically more comfortable and they last longer. Now, some people might debate that some shoe brands, even though they might cost more, might not be that comfortable, but the material itself, the workmanship, the craftsmanship that went into that is definitely considered high quality. And you also feel better about yourself when you wear them. For people who are, oops, let's see. I'm not sure if you can see this. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Tip number one, what high quality? Okay, so look at what makes other things high quality that apply to your dating efforts. What's the difference between a high quality meal and a low quality meal? You first have higher quality ingredients. It tastes good and it's good for you. And as well, more thought went into the preparation, okay? And finally, more thought went into that presentation. There's a difference between dining at a burger joint and diner versus a fine dining establishment, from the service to the towels to the choice of beverages. Everything is elevated. And when you talk about a high quality meal and high quality clothing. And finally, what makes for a higher quality profile? How do you communicate your unique value to another person? And that's one thing that people find really challenging, is how do you communicate really your unique value to another person, not just what you look like. Like, we can kind of see what people look like. For those who have cameras on, I can tell what you look like. Looks meaning the color of your eyes, the shape of your mouth, the shape of your face, but I don't really know you, right? Getting to know someone is deeper than just looking at an image very quickly. Higher quality ingredients means taking the time to gather up your personal details and develop them for a bit before you actually create your profile, okay? The next thing is, it tastes good and is good for you. So as we're relating it to your dating profile, you want to communicate that you are a fun, sexy, and enjoyable to be with, but you're also emotionally healthy. How do you communicate that? And by the way, these are descriptive words that describe a generic personality. Each of you bring different unique qualities and attributes to a relationship. We're not all the same. Maybe sexy isn't how you define yourself. Maybe you want to show more of a quirky side, or maybe you want to show that you're an intellectual or that you are shy and reserved. You know, maybe sexy is not the word to describe you, but however you are and your true being, you want to make sure that your dating profile reflects accurately what you want, the messages that you want to send to someone who's making the decision to either, swipe left or right on your profile. Okay. And then what makes for a higher quality profile? How do you communicate that? Once again, more thought. One second, resume share. More thought went into the preparation. You took the time to think about who you are, what you'd like to convey about yourself, and also what kind of partner you'd resonate with before you create that profile. More thought went into the presentation, okay? So the presentation meaning you thought about what kind of photos you want to use to represent yourself, and we'll talk more about this later, okay? A lot of times, from my experience and from what singles share with me, they feel like people just put on a profile, don't put a lot of thought into it, actually don't share much, and the photos that they use, it's hard to tell who they are. So it's difficult to know if there's compatibility based on the majority of profiles that are being that you're viewing out there. Okay. Finally, there's a lot of value in taking some time to define who you are and what you're looking for. And here's an example to illustrate that point. Okay. Let me just see here. Does anybody know what this is? For those who have not seen this presentation, it's actually a diamond. The previous photo is showing you the raw diamond. I would probably walk by this piece of glass, or I don't know what it is, a gem, and not know that there's a diamond there. Okay. So many singles, including people that I've worked with, are like the diamond in the rough, right? There really is a diamond, but nobody can see that because of how they're being presented. If you have to go to, layer after layer and dig deep, and you can't already see the diamond in this state, it's brilliant, it's attractive, it's expensive, it's something that, diamonds are a girl's best friend, it's anybody's best friend if you appreciate diamonds. But there's a big difference between being presented as, the rough stone to this brilliant gem. Okay. Why is it important to define and cultivate the different facets of yourself and your life? Number one, the people you engage with online will definitely have a more complete sense of who you are, and you'll have more interesting things to talk about. And the other thing, you're going to attract people who recognize and appreciate your uniqueness. So a lot of times people will ask me is, why do I want to, use a lot of time and energy in my profile? Well, the fact is you need your profile and your photo to do a bit of screening for you. Without even saying anything in words, the first thing that people do is they decide whether they want to get to know you based on what they see in the profile photo, okay? You're also going to stand out over the sea of generic profiles, and you'll be like a breath of fresh air to the people who are checking you out. And every day people are checking you out. That is the first thing that they're doing, is taking a look at your picture and deciding whether they want to get to know more. Now, finally, the thoughtfulness you put into your profile will screen out those people who are looking for a fast and easy hookup. Okay. Going through this process, you'll increase your own felt sense of self-worth, because you'll see how unique and interesting that you actually are. Okay. Finally, the confidence will spill over into all of your interactions and help you attract more confident people. So here's the second tip. Attracting a high quality partner can be similar to landing a high quality job. After all, this is what the law of attraction is working all the time. It is never not working. People are always making quick judgments, decisions, impressions when they see you. Okay. Especially within the digital world, it's very visual. How do you land a high quality job? Well, you want to show interest without being needy. Okay, that's important. Showing interest without being needy. You want to do your homework and come prepared. I would never, or one would never, go to a job interview without doing their homework, knowing about the company, knowing about the role, knowing about the qualifications that are attached to that particular job, knowing what your shortcomings are, what your strengths are, what you bring to the table, and you come prepared. Either you've rehearsed the questions, you've studied the company, and in the context of dating, you know who you are, you know your value, you know what you're bringing to the table, and you know what you're looking for or who you're looking for. So you don't want to be lazy in your presentation, especially when it comes to online dating. How does this translate to dating? Okay, you want to show interest without being needy. So be engaging without being clingy, needy, or demanding. How can I give an example of that? Do your homework as well and come prepared when you are on a dating site or when you're thinking about reaching out to somebody. Before your first date, you want to look at their profile again. Okay, let me see, there's a question. Diamond. All right. Also think about how you look on Zoom. So look at your lighting. Some of you may need a little more lighting. Also, the angle. Can you see your face clearly? These are really important, considerations. So you want to take a look at yourself and do a self monitor. Is it bright? Can you clearly see my face? Do I look presentable? Does my background, is it distracting? You want to eliminate all of those distractions as well. So I definitely advise you not to be lazy in your presentation. And this is not just about appearances. How do you convey your interests? Okay, so here's an example. I'm conveying an interest. You'll see dating profiles. Many of the ladies will acknowledge, and maybe some of the gentlemen will see. We always make fun of the people that are holding a fish on their profile. Okay, what does that say? You like fishing, or you're proud of the fish that you caught. Some people will be standing beside their car, or somebody might be on a hike or doing something active. Clearly, if you're showcasing a photo where you're doing an activity, you can assume that this person has an interest or passion in that activity, especially if they're using that for their dating profile. So the tip number 3 is to realize that these people have a lot of options for dating, and you have to respect that. Now, there's this something called the 80-20 rule. 20% of the most popular people, popular meaning most attractive, they've got great photos, they have a great profile, they're getting 80% of the messages. Okay, so realize the reality of their inbox is it's very, very busy. Don't get upset, okay, when they don't give you their full attention right away without knowing you. One of the biggest disappointments that people share is when they actually take the time, make the effort, they think about this thoughtfully crafted message, they send the message, they get no reply. Okay, that has to be very frustrating. They're not coming from a place of scarcity. So the fact that someone wants their attention doesn't mean that they feel obligated to give it to them. The other thing you might want to consider is, even though you might have wrote the perfectly crafted message, it's possible they didn't read your message, or consider that maybe your dating profile photo or whatever's in your profile isn't having them interested enough to respond. Because if you do write a thoughtful message, the first thing they're going to look at is, well, who's writing the message? Who is it that is trying to reach out to me, if they even have the time to do that? Okay. And if a lot of people want the same resource, then by nature, it's a very competitive arena. And you do have to respect that fact. So I would say less is more when you're reaching out to somebody. Double messaging, triple messaging, over messaging is showing a sign of neediness. And you can assume they got your first message. So be careful not to love bomb or to, inundate their inbox because they haven't messaged you back. And finally, let's run through some common mistakes that turn off high quality matches. All right. The mistake number 1, repeated this again, you've got the undertone of neediness. If you need something from them, then it shows that you value them over yourself. If you think about yourself as being that high quality partner, then know that you are a desirable person and that they should want to be and hear what you have to say. So you don't force somebody into a conversation with you. Mistake number 2, believing that being with a particular person will make you whole and complete. As a dating coach, oftentimes people say to me, what are you looking for in a partner? Well, I'm shy, so kind of looking for someone who's super outgoing, because then I might be more outgoing. Or let's say somebody's struggling in a certain area or a skill set, or, maybe my finances aren't that great. So I'm kind of looking for somebody who's already very financially stable. So that way, their bank account can kind of supplement my bank account. Just giving examples of where somebody is trying to date someone to fill a hole that they believe they have. And that's a big mistake. Okay. You never want to seek someone out because you feel like you're lacking something and they're going to do the job of filling your cup. Okay. You don't come to the table with an empty cup. It's like Thanksgiving. You don't come to, I don't go to somebody's house usually without bringing something to the table. And mistake number 3 is inappropriate messaging. We use that term, it's called love bombing. And oftentimes when people get love bombed, it's also another sign of maybe neediness. It's not trustworthy. How would you know? Like, why are you so eager to meet me and talk to me? What is it that you want? If you're coming on strong really quickly, that is a red flag. Okay, so as much as you want to do that, you want to monitor how you're being approached and how you're approaching others when you're dating online. So the number one way to truly attract the attention of wonderful people online, let's look again at the sequence that someone goes through when they're looking at dating profiles, okay? So step 1, they look at your main photo. And only if they like that main photo are they going to move on to the second step. They look at your other photos. Now, why would someone want to look at the other photos? Anybody? I've got some people here. Please put a comment into why would someone want to look at other photos if they like your main photo? What's the number one reason that they would do that? Truth in advertising, to see more. Yes, there's a credibility there, right? Did this person just get a lucky photo? Is there other pictures that show that this person looks like the other photo? I've seen some profiles where someone's led with this incredibly attractive profile photo. Then you see photo 2, 3, and 4, and it literally looks like this person is posting different photos of different times and different eras in this person's life. So different hairstyle, different body, shapes. It's like, who is this person and when were these photos taken? So people are looking for consistency, and consistency leads to a feeling of trustworthiness and familiarity. So if you just have one photo, not a good sign mostly. That's a bit of a red flag, okay? And when it comes to online dating. Step 3, they skim your profile. Now, why would someone skim your profile instead of just reading it? Number 1, we are connecting nowadays very visually with our eyes. We already live in a world of social media where it's instant satisfaction, instant gratification. We want that instant connection. So people are looking for your photos to try to get a sense of who you are, not just what you look like. There's a difference between what you look like and a difference between who you are and what it feels like to be with you. So that's a distinction that your photos can do if it's done properly. And finally, they will read your profile only if you get past step 1, step 2, and 3. They'll become more curious and now they're committed. Okay, they like your first profile. They like your other pictures. I want to read more about this person. So that's the sequence that people normally go through. They will read your profile and then decide whether they want to reply and how much effort that they're going to put into that reply. It's not just, are they going to reply shortly? Are they going to really think about and craft the message to you personally? Notice that the first 2 steps are all about your photos and not necessarily about your profile. Now, why is that? The reality is that attracting a high quality partner is all about your photos. Well, it all begins with your photos, okay? The most guaranteed way to get people to read your message and to put more effort into their reply is having magnetic photos that stimulate people emotionally and make them feel connected to you. As a matchmaker, I often present pictures and people will look at that and go, they'll make a decision, yes or no, and they'll make it based on what the picture looks like. It's the same thing when you're on an online dating site. That's it. Tinder made it more of a game, you know, yes, no, hot or not. Like there's all of these apps that come out that are solely based on just photos. So knowing this, we don't want to, you know, reinvent the wheel. We already know that image is a big part of decision making. It also includes when you walk into a store. Do you walk into a dirty store where clothes are all over the floor and the servers in the front aren't smiling and they're not greeting you? I know I don't. I probably would walk by that store. But if I walk by a store and it's clean and the energy is bright, even looking in, the people are looking at me and they're smiling, that's far more inviting. I might be more enticed to walk into a store like that than a store by, you know, a grumpy greeter. I would never walk into a store like that. So what makes an online dating profile photo magnetic? Okay, so think about a magnet. You are pulled, you're like compelled, you can't even stop yourself sometimes. I love it when I'm on a dating profile or I'm out in the real world, and like, what's magnetic? Babies. Babies are magnetic for me. Sometimes puppies or animals or art, whatever it is that you really are attracted to, that is magnetic. So what makes an online dating profile magnetic? First, in order to know what's magnetic, let's talk about the polar opposite. What is not magnetic? All righty. Here is a sample of a profile. Can you guys share and write in the comments, what is the feeling you get when you see this picture? Love to hear what you have to say. Trying too hard. Oh, someone says happy, a forced smile. Okay. All right. Now, what do you, let's take a look at that. She's eating ice cream. I mean, to me, it looks like not a very inviting photo. Like, oh, it's forced, right? The difference has to do with what you're feeling when the photo is actually taken. So now let's look at Mary's photos. All right. So this is Mary. What are the feelings you get when you see Mary's photo? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Oops. Resume. Anybody? So in Mary's photo here, we can see what Mary looks like, but let's compare that with this photo. So when you look at Mary's photo on the right, I'd love to hear some comments on the difference. What do you feel is the difference between Mary's photo on the left, where, you know, she's smiling, to Mary's photo on the right? It's the same woman, but two different experiences. In Mary on the right, she is flirting with me. She is in the middle of an expression. She is warm and friendly. And it's not like Mary isn't warm and friendly on the picture on the left, but it lacks a bit of intrigue and it lacks a bit of, you know, sass. So if Mary really wants to be inviting and compelling and stand out, she's going to choose the photo on the right. So now let's look at Michael. Okay. So here's Michael. Now, a big no-no, and I do see this a lot. I see plenty of photos of guys like Michael on the left. They've got glasses on or shades. I can't really get a sense of who they are. And if you can't connect with somebody in their eyes, it's like eye contact is so important when it comes to connection. In fact, when it comes to making a first impression, eye contact is a big determining factor of whether you trust somebody. If someone's not looking at you, it gives you the sense that they're hiding something, okay? So now here's Michael. Now, although Michael is not looking directly at me, Michael is in a moment. Michael has a wonderful expression. His smile is bright. His face is bright. there's natural lighting. You can see his eyes and you can see his expression. I'd love to hear some of the ladies' thoughts. And gentlemen, you can chime in as well. Which do you prefer? Michael on the left or Michael on the right? And as well, what can you see as the difference in the experience of Michael? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Okay. Right is a great smile. Yes. Somebody said, I like seeing people's teeth. You know what? Some people are very conscious of their teeth. But if you have teeth like Michael and you want to show those whites, or your beautiful smile, then I strongly encourage you to show your smile. And Sarah's comment is the second photo is candid and natural, while the first, and it looks warm and with personality, and she loves seeing that smile. And while the first one, you can't make a connection with him. 100% agree. So there is a big transformation here. Same guy, completely different experience. I know for me, I would be far more compelled and drawn to Michael on the right. So let's have a look at Harry. I really like this comparison, okay? Harry, picture one. Can we try to guess what Harry's profession is by looking at this? What is your sentiment about Harry in this photo? Oh, and Mike said the first photo about Michael was Men in Black. All right, someone's saying he's a teacher, he's a leader, a writer, a poet, a lecturer. Cool. And let's take a look at the second photo. There's Harry. Would you have a different reaction to Harry in this photo? Look at Harry. I mean, it doesn't even seem like the same person to me. Harry is smooth and savvy. And by the way, that comment came from a gentleman. Yes, Harry's smooth, he's savvy, warm and friendly. Harry's mid-smile. Now, he's not showing teeth, but I kind of call this smile a smize. And a smize is where you smile with your eyes and you have a little bit of a grin. So this is a perfectly great look. Like Harry and I are in sync. I get Harry. Harry's with me. I can experience Harry. I love his smile. I love the warmth, the depth. Very, very different experience than the other Harry. That's the difference a picture can make. And next, here's Arlene. Arlene, this is a reflection and example of probably 80%, if not 90% of photos on a dating site. We see Arlene, she's at a stadium. Maybe she likes sporting events. Maybe it's a comedy show. Maybe it's a musical. Can anyone, what's the sentiment of Arlene's photo here? Any comments? And I just want people to be nice. I don't mind hearing comments, but what do you think about Arlene on the left? Arlene's outfit looks terrible. Eeks. Although someone says I like sports. And there's Arlene. This is the same woman. This is the same woman, okay? I can't even believe that Arlene on the right is the same Arlene. It's a completely different experience. Arlene on the right is somebody I'm almost like, we're on a date. Now I'm married, but if Arlene were single and I was across from her, I could really get Arlene laughing at my joke, right? Arlene's laughing at my joke. She's got a beautiful purple color. I can see her smile. She's just lit up. Like Arlene, this is a magnetic photo compared to the photo on the left. The photo on the left, I would probably swipe left on. If I were man or woman, it would just be like, I don't know enough about Arlene. It's not flattering, right? It's just Arlene. Arlene on the right is flattering, flirtatious, smiling, like looking straight at me in this particular case. So That's great. And by the way, another comment. Ooh, ba-boom of Arlene on the right. And she looks tired on the left, where she looks really energetic on the right. So those are important distinctions. So John Fisher is the founder of True You Dating Photos. He is the individual that has brought me here today to help you discover what would be attractive when it comes to your online dating profile and how to attract a high quality partner. If we look at that, thinking about how to attract a high quality partner, it is very clear to me, and I'm sure to all of you as I can hear from your commentary, that Arlene on the left has a lower probability of attracting her high quality partner than Arlene on the right. Arlene on the right has the probability of attracting a high quality partner just by changing that profile and showcasing her in her emotional state. Okay. And also, John is the person that took these photos on the right. This workshop was sponsored by John, and I want to share something with you all. Hold on one second here. Oh, there you are. Hello, everyone. I was in the presentation. Thank you for sitting and listening. I want to share something with you all in the chat. I don't know. Give me 1 second. If we can all follow along really quickly here. All right. I'm going to continue with the seminar, with this workshop. Having said that, this link, if we can all pause for a moment and just open up the link, I am going to open up the link with you. And as I go through the presentation, I do want you to get that during this presentation, all of you, and I'm sharing it early because there's only 2 weeks left in the Boston area. I know that this group is split between South Florida and Boston. So if you are in South Florida, click the South Florida link. If you're in Boston, click the Boston link. Everybody who is on this workshop right now will get access to have their own 2-hour free online dating photo shoot, absolutely free. Okay, I am going to continue. The link is there for everyone. So please go ahead and do that. And you can book this anytime. The reason why I'm mentioning this for the people in Boston is that there's only 2 weeks left to actually book your free photo shoot. And it is beautiful fall weather. I don't know what is it, 50s, high 40s, and mid 50s. The fall is a great time to showcase layering. Okay, so fall fashion, you can wear a hat. You can wear sunglasses, but not in all of your photos, right? And also scarves, multiple jackets. You can bring tons of different outfits. And when you are layering things, you want to be able to make sure that you can still see your body, but most importantly, it's the expression on your face. And I'm a big fan of showcasing seasonal photos. If we are in the fall, then showcase your fall attire. So it shows, I recently took this picture. Especially winter is coming up. If it's the winter and I'm seeing somebody's beach photo or somebody in a t-shirt and shorts in December, I'm going to start to think, did this person, is this a new photo or is this person like using an old photo? Okay. So back to the presentation. I'm going to reference that again. Okay. So John is the founder of True You Dating Photos. And he literally is a master of online dating photography. I gave you some examples of the difference that his photography makes if you're trying to elevate and attract a great partner. He's literally pioneered a method for taking photos of not just what you look like, right? But what it might feel like to actually be with you when you're feeling a whole range of emotions. It could be happy, open, you could be pensive. I'm in Toronto, so I also take, I've seen these kinds of photos with different people. And you don't always have to be smiling. That's the point about having a variety of pictures, is that in real life, we go through an array of emotions. I don't sit here and smile all day, although I really enjoy teaching, and I really enjoy sharing my expertise of how you can improve and attract a high quality partner. But there are times where I'm also just, chilling out. I'm not always on my game. I don't ever want to show that I'm worried on a dating profile, because we're looking to attract, right? We're not looking to repel. But the point is, you want to get a variety of images of yourself. So here's an example of what that actually looks like. And I'm going to base that on a photo experience that John took of his client, Lisa. So here's Lisa. What I love about this look, first of all, I'm looking at Lisa. She's got a beautiful, bright smile. You can completely see her facial expression. She's using a casual shirt, but it's a color blue. So it's a rich, there's a lot of patterns going on. She just looks so happy. And here's another picture of Lisa. This is taken in the outdoors. And for those of you who are wondering, all of these photos, particularly right now, John takes outdoors. In Boston, it's in Salem, Massachusetts. It's beautiful outside. Even though the weather, again, is fall, crisp weather, the wind is there, the sun is out, the fall leaves are super attractive. And, the wind makes you kind of have that Farrah Fawcett or Beyonce experience. So it's really great. And for the gentleman, same thing. You can feel the wind in your hair or your scalp, whichever, if you don't have hair. It's just so fun to be out and to, really be free and be able to be playful. There's so much stress out there. It's very rare that you get to have an opportunity where you can just be yourself and get out of the house and be safe outdoors and really just have a chance to experience yourself. So this is another photo of Lisa. Again, if you look at the variety of photos, you don't always have to be looking at the camera. In fact, I find that candid photos are probably the best photos because it doesn't look like you're trying too hard. And John has this ability of catching you in the moment. So catching you in a moment is so much better than posing and being awkward. And that's his skill set, okay? Another incredible photo of Lisa. Look at the sun's in her face. And if you notice, these, by the way, look like they were all taken on different days. She's got different hairstyle. Now her hair is up in a bun. She's got different clothing. You can even change your jewelry if you want to. But in actuality, they were all taken on the same day. John's favorite clients are people who think they're not photogenic. So if you're watching this thinking, oh, all the most attractive people are on here, absolutely false. Actually, people who hate having their picture taken is like a big challenge for John. The more resilient he gets, the more creative he gets in helping you overcome this fear of the camera. And his photo sessions are really, truly magical and transformational, and they are a ton of fun. And finally, people often leave with a really dramatically expanded sense of how attractive you really are. I have worked in the dating space for almost 30 years. I can promise you I've worked with every different height, ethnicity, background, and every human being is a beautiful human being. I'm not just saying that because someone paid me to say that. I truly believe that, and that you have to be able to see that yourself. And this is the confidence that great images actually bring. And more importantly, when you show up in that authentic self, the person that you're looking to attract, the person who you consider high quality, will be able to see you. And we are the experts at developing this method. So John wants to give you a complete 2-hour photo session with him, absolutely free. I am gonna once again send this in the chat for those who missed it. You can open up the link. Boston, by the way, where John is based, and he's doing these photos in Salem, you've literally got 2-week window before the new year comes in, before COVID complete lockdown kicks in, and we can't even go outside because people are dating right now indoors. More people are dating online. As much as you might hate that experience, it's this love-hate relationship. It is a necessary means to connect with people today because it's just the way that we live in. So having great photos, particularly right now, is so important. And you've got this 2-week window to which you can book your session. Okay. So let's talk about how the actual photo session works for those who are curious. And this is John. His own photo of himself is great. He's got that smile. Someone asked me to type in the chat, how do you spell smize? I'm going to spell it here the way I have spelled it. I don't know if it's in the Urban Dictionary. So don't forget, click it up, open up the link, because it's going the link will only be live now while I'm on the Zoom. It'll go away. So even if you want to copy and paste it, or just click the link and have it open, so when I'm done the Zoom, you have it. That would be great. And that way you can book your session if you need to check your calendar and you can't, for whatever reason, make that decision right now. You absolutely can do that. And what I would say is reserve your spot. And if you can't make that spot at a later date, at least you've got your spot reserved, and you and John can have your contact details so that you can work something out. If that spot doesn't, work to your advantage, we'll figure that out. Okay. So thank you. Here we go. Come to the photo session looking like your natural self. So you don't need to have any special makeup or makeovers if needed. But I will say this to the ladies and gentlemen. If you know you're going to have this special experience and it's for you, I wouldn't say, roll out of bed and come, right? You're making a first impression. You can use these images. They are meant for online dating profile and to attract a high quality partner. But we already talked about what images can do to attract a high quality job, to attract a high quality opportunity. In fact, as a matchmaker and TV host, I am judged constantly by what I look like, what my pictures are like, over hundreds of TV people and all of that stuff. I'm so part of that world that I get that this is so important. So I'm always going to show up giving my best shot. So if, gentlemen, you need to manscape a little bit, you need to trim your beard, get a haircut wherever you can possibly do that, get a second opinion. Ladies, get that blowout, get your mani and pedi. It's not a requirement, but anything that you can do to make yourself feel good so you get the jitters out. If you need to have a glass of wine, just might have a 2-drink limit, a max, because then anything after that, we don't want there to be any issues, right? But if you need a little liquid courage just to, get the nerves out, absolutely encourage that. So bring a lot of clothing choices. And John has an outdoor changing room. So people might be wondering, oh, geez, where do I change? He literally has a pop-up where you can change in the park or facility that he chooses. And he knows the area like the back of his hand, and he's going to get to know you. You can bring props. Gentlemen, if you love golf, if you love to play cards, if women like to paint, you can fill your car with a kitchen sink if you like, and we can role play anything. Bring a picnic table, do whatever you want. This is how creative you can be with these photos, and you get a 2-hour session. So take advantage of it. The session is completely outdoors. So for those of you who are in Florida, you may not have the same weather concerns, but for those in Boston, definitely bring a layer, bring a blanket. You can kind of picture yourself snuggling with you, right? Having fun, dressing up, playing with accessories. Accessories are also super fun. Changing shoes, changing your earrings. For guys, you can change your watch. You can change your shirt. In 2 hours, you could probably change into 17 different shirts if you want to, as if you were out on various different days. And a trick to online dating, by the way, is if you have a library of images and you switch out your profile picture every day, you almost look like a new person. And the dating site thinks that you are a new person. When you have a change in activity, it moves you up from the bottom to the top. These are just some simple tricks that I've learned as a dating expert along the way. I have been on dating sites where 2 years later, 3 years later, I've seen the same profile, the same person using the same image, and it's 2, 3, 4 years later, and I'm thinking, okay, they have been here too long. They are still posting the same photo. it doesn't seem trustworthy. So know that you might even attract the person that didn't notice you before, but they notice you now. Okay. You're actually going to interact directly with John and have a fun time without even being like noticing it. The worst thing is when you're posing in front of a camera. I sometimes do get nervous. I've been on television for years, but there are times when I might get nervous when I'm in my head or I'm worried about what I look like. But John has this ability of taking those fears away, and he takes tons of photos. It might take I don't know, 20 to 50 photos to get 2 or 3 you like, but those 2 or 3 you like are super worth it. And then finally, after the session, 2 weeks later, you're going to go over your photos with John. He'll show you his favorites, and of course, you get to decide. And you can also choose one photo from the gallery for free, absolutely free. Even if you use this experience to get you out of your comfort zone, to practice dating, flirting, the smize with your eyes, right? Like these are things that you can do. And if you'd like to purchase more photos, you absolutely can do that with no pressure or obligation. However, I believe it's an amazing investment to yourself, to your business, to your family. If you want to do early Christmas pictures, bring a Christmas hat, bring candy canes, bring whatever you want, and, you know, cheat a little bit and make some, you know, take these Christmas card photos if you want. So if you have a pet, bring your pet, right? You can do whatever you want. It's your 2-hour photo session, whatever can fit in your car, okay? And why having lots of great photos is helpful. People want to be sure that the person actually looks as good in real life as they do in their main profile picture. And by the way, when John edits a picture, he's not removing lines. He's not making bigger lips or stronger cheekbones. He's not manipulating your face and using a Snapchat filter. Why? Because we want to attract a person that's actually interested in you, in what you really look like, and not what you want to look like by trimming your waist and doing all of these crazy things that you can do on apps these days. No, we want to showcase the real you, the real features, the real size in your true, you know, environment outdoors, okay? And we're also curious to see other facets of that person. We also want to see a variety of those expressions and emotions coming through. And again, we're just going to wrap this up very quickly. Oh my gosh, the time is going by. Look at the variety in just these 4 photos of Lisa. Same woman, same day, all outdoors, different hairstyle. Like, we can have so much fun with this. And the beauty about that is, if Lisa led with this profile, here's where you can do, like if you work in sales and marketing, we call this A/B or split testing. Lisa can post this picture on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, this on Thursday, and see which one gets better results. If you have that many images, you can play around with it, right? Let's try the sporty look. Okay, today I want to go with academic. Tomorrow I want to go with deep and sexy sultry. And the next day I want to go with super funny and quirky. Like, you can really have so many different expressions that you can lead with. And John wants to give this to you as a gift, absolutely free. So let me see, I'm going to stop sharing now. Thanks, everybody. Everyone looks so great too. All right. I just booked an appointment. Yay! Yay! Okay, someone booked. Has anybody had a shoot with John at all? If you have, please share with me. Oh, Bob? Yes? Oh, cool. Did you get your photos back, Bob? You're on mute, but great. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Oh, and what he was saying is that there's a beautiful park right on the ocean, and there's a beach there. Now, if you're not a beach person, you can take a city view. You can go by the tree. You can go, I don't know if you can do a patio, but the beauty about working with John is he's going to bring out whatever environment is a real reflection of who you are. Someone was asking about price. John can go over all of that with you as well. It's totally free to do the 2-hour session. You do get the 1 free photo. And beyond that, the experience is really great. It's like your first improv. And the audience of one, and John won't care because he's seen so many different people take photos. So it's totally cool. More about writing up a profile. Okay. We did talk a lot about photos. The link is here again. I'm just going to send it one more time for you all. You probably should already all have it. I don't want to do overkill, but I don't know if some of you have seen the chat or not. Final link I'll send, and then I'm going to answer a question about what to actually write on the profile. Here's a little thing I'll leave you with in terms of writing, because it is important. If you've got a great picture and then they read your profile and it's full of things that detract, you did all this hard work, you've got all these beautiful pictures, and now what do you say? You absolutely want to be more in story mode when you talk about yourself. Instead of listing, I'm funny and smart and sweet and cute, you may want to share a story. Like last summer, oh, my favorite trip was when I went to Italy and stopped at this beautiful cafe and had the best lasagna. I would totally recommend it. I'm just shooting off the cuff. Or you might want to say, you know, I'm the kind of person that is not afraid to hold your high heels at the end of the night. I'm super masculine. I'll hold your purse. Doesn't offend me. I mean, you want to just get a sense of who you are. So you want to write about yourself in a way that tells a beautiful story where you want to turn the page. Not the perfect size is about a paragraph about you, and then about the person that you'd like to meet. So don't be afraid to write about what you're looking for. Avoid negatives. Don't say you can't be a liar, can't be a cheater, can't be those things. Rather, always state what you want instead of what you don't want. Because if these photos are going to do the work, everyone, the photos are the single most important thing to attract that person. And now to keep them there, you want to have an interesting profile. So that is everything. We're about to close the chat. Oh, and Jeannie said she had one. It was a wonderful day, and she's looking forward to seeing the photos next week. Amazing. Again, I'm Carmelia Ray, everyone. Oh, what's the best dating sites? Sharon asked. I think that you should always, my experience is most people are on at least 3 sites. So one free, one paid, and like maybe an app. So I've heard Hinge is great, Hinge. I see that there are a number of people that maybe if you're over 50, you may want to try specific sites that are over 50, like Senior People Meet or Our Time. Our Time is a partner of Match, but it's for people 50 plus. And if you are interest-based, maybe you want to be on Christian Mingle if you're Christian, or a Jewish dating site. There are just so many. I'll leave this last one. Bestdatingsites.com is a dating review site. And so that may be a starting point for those of you who just want to see what are the best dating sites for me, because there's hundreds. It might be very confusing. But no matter the dating site you choose, pick the right photos. Strongly, strongly encourage you to take advantage of this. For people in Florida, you've got time. John will be there in mid-December. For people in Boston, you almost are running out of time. So you've got 2 weeks and to take advantage of the free photos, and then John's gone, and I will likely see you in the new year. But I hope that you have possession of new photos by then. Okay. Oh, my sister met her husband on Match.com, and my friend met her husband on eHarmony. It really does work. I might be a matchmaker, but online dating is the way to go. Now we're in COVID. To stand out amongst the crowd, you need to have great photos. So thank you all so, so much. How do you go building, bro? If you want to send an email to John, with any questions, I can see about getting those questions answered for you, or we will address them in the next seminar. John, here we go. John's email, I'm going to give it all to you. If you guys want to send your questions to John, and for those who book a photo shoot, I will say this, because I am very, very busy, but anybody who books a free photo shoot with John, I will answer a specific question in addition, you know, as a thank you for booking the shoot. And that's just my gift for you. How long should you wait before following up to send a message? I would say give it a week, 3 to 5 days. Because, sometimes people aren't even on the site. They go in once a week. My clients go in once a week. So give it like 3 to 5 days before you do a second message. Okay, but before you do a second message, make sure you have a great profile picture. Otherwise, that message isn't being read. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.